Vigilance is needed at all times. The threat level in the country is extremely high. The words of the French president and his interior minister after a special cabinet meeting called to discuss security. They confirmed a ramp-up in operational reserves for deployment across the country to counter the threat as the tourist season here reaches its height. Bernard Cazeneuve also said he would be meeting his German counterpart later this month to agree joint security measures.
We have
received an update on the recent arrests that have taken place and have particularly emphasized the challenge that encrypted communication methods present when used by terrorists.
The minister was referring to the arrest last week of a 16-year-old girl near Paris who was accused of using the social media app Telegram to spread calls by ISIL to launch an attack. The German Interior Minister today also announced new measures to start waging a cyber war.
We need a technology offensive. We must technically arm our security authorities much better than we have done this far in terms of personnel and equipment. We are planning the deployment of undercover cyber investigators on the dark web.
As the state of emergency here in France stretches on for another 6 months, though, questions are being raised about the effectiveness and the impact of the measures being used. There have been nearly 4,000 raids, but few real breakthroughs since France launched its war on terrorism in the wake of the attacks in Paris last November. The tactics being used by the police have come in for severe criticism by French Muslims.
On the security front, the impact is marginal, close to zero. Even worse, it has antagonized a number of communities and it makes it easier for Daesh and ISIS to recruit on this sort of narrative. At the community level, this is so destructive.
Thousands of Catholics from all over the world have started arriving for the annual pilgrimage to Lourdes. Security measures have been massively reinforced for the events. The latest edition of the so-called Islamic State's propaganda magazine has threatened another massacre by what they say are the hidden soldiers of their caliphate. David Chater, Al Jazeera, Paris.